Hi, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I'm going to give it a couple minutes before I start, giving everyone a chance to come on and get in here. So, yeah, while I wait for everyone to come on in, I'm going to step away for a moment, but I will be right back. Be sure to like this video on your way in. Support the channel, support me, because we're about to get into the energetics of things today. And hopefully this will answer people's questions about things. So again, I'm going to give it a couple minutes for people to come in, and then we're going to get started. I'm going to step away for a moment. All right, everyone, I am back. Thank you all for being here with me. And you know what? Real talk. I lost 4 pounds from last week. So I'm treating myself with this croissant, pepper jack cheese, and bacon breakfast sandwich this morning because I deserve it, okay? Because I worked hard, I put in the work, and I finally got over this plateau, dropped these 4 pounds. So, yay to me. So let me greet everyone. Hello, 8. Welcome. I haven't seen you before, but I hope you like it here. Empress Kia, Starry Eye, Mrs. Coco B, Tim Lee, Kevin, Growing Process. Hey, girl. Yeah, I just stepped away. I'm back now, Kevin. Okay, Miss Asha. Hey, Mel. So today's live stream is brought to you by the other Mel. He was in the chat yesterday, and he asked me what were my thoughts about the law of assumption, which is a spiritual law. So I decided why not just go into the 12 universal laws and explain them and how they apply to esoterica and working magic, right? Because I think it's important, right, that we understand everything is energy. And within that, there is frequency, right? And it's funny because I saw a picture yesterday that said the universe belongs to the magician who knows how to work with energy. And that is very true, right? We don't necessarily see energy, right? But we know that we harness it, we use it every day, right? We eat food, we get energy from the food, right? The calories, but we don't necessarily see that, right? We see, representations of it, we see the byproducts of it, but we don't really see that invisible thing of those invisible, energy and frequency bands that ties the universe together, right? So we're going to get into that today. So let me just pull this up. We're going to get right into it. Hey, Mrs. Awesome. So again, please consider supporting the channel. If you are new here and giving this video a like, and if you learned something from this at the end, feel free to share this video and definitely subscribe to the channel. Okay, so give me a moment. Let me pull my screen up and we're going to go right into the 12 universal laws. Okay, let me know if everyone can see this. Let me know if everyone can see this before I go into it, okay? Okay, thank you, Empress Kia. Okay, perfect. Okay, so again, and you can look this up, you can Google this anywhere, you can just type in 12 laws of the universe and, you'll see a million trillion images, posts come up or whatever. They're all going to say the same thing, but I'm going to explain this as it applies to esoterica because these 12 laws of the universe is really why magic works. See, a lot of times people want to, or people think that magic is outside of us as a society. It's outside of the realm and the world that we live in. And that's not the case. Magic works because it is working energy. If you know how to raise energy, work energy, group things together, right? Or reach out to spirits, non-human entities, because they're there. We may not see them, but they're there. They are energy as well, right? Then you are able, this is how magic works, okay? And science is getting there to the point. I really think that science and spirituality is going to meet at some point, because when we're talking about like the quantum physics and like string theory, they've all already come up, finding out the God particle, the string theory, the quantum entanglements, you mess with something over here and then there's a reaction over there, even though those things aren't touching. Yeah, baby, that's magic. So science is catching up to this, right? But those of us who deal and work in the woo, we know it's real. We're not trying to prove to anyone it is, but how science is, science has to prove things. But science is getting there, okay? Science is getting there. So is everyone with me so far? Is everyone with me so far? Can I get a hand raised? Can I get a yes cue? I just want to make sure everyone is paying attention and is listening. Okay, let me turn my phone down really quick, because to be my luck, someone will call me. Okay, perfect. Thank you, ladies. Okay, so let's get right into it. And I think that's as big as I can get it. But okay, so the law of divine oneness, that is the first one. Okay, 12 laws of the universe, the law of divine oneness. Why? Because, right, remember I was just talking about this God particle that's kind of in everything? Yeah. That is scientific terms way of saying there's a creator, there's a divine intelligence, some type of intelligence that we don't know. We don't know where it's at. We can't reach it. We can't see it. But this oneness, everything is connected. Okay. Everything is connected. The layperson, the non-magician, doesn't think in these terms. The magician, the spiritual worker, whether it's a hoodoo, a voodoo, a Wiccan, Hermeticist, Kabbalah, Native American, all those various tribes and peoples, we all know everything is connected, because all of us comes from the divine spark, the divine source, right? This is why, I'm not religious, but I do believe and agree with certain parts of the Holy Bible. Because if God or the creator begat you, and God has this spark to create, right? God created us. We create life. Plants create life. Animals reproduce. Everyone is reproducing because we have that reproduction energy. It comes from the creator, okay? A zebra does not beget a dog, right? A rhino does not beget a giraffe. A human, so if God created us, or the creator created us, right? Why don't you think you have that creator spark? Why don't you think you have that ability to create and shape and form? We are all one. We are all connected. Knowing that we're all connected, we can manipulate and work energies to affect change, right? Non-local change, non-locality change, because we use magic. Magic gives us the ability to create change non-locally, okay? Because we're all connected. We're all connected by all these little invisible strings. Again, quantum physics, entanglement theory, string theory, okay? Science is almost there. Okay? So that's number one. Everything is an extension of the source. We are not separate from the source. Okay? Again, this is why magic works. Okay. Okay. Number two, the law of vibration. Okay. So we've gone from the one. So just think about the one as a diamond. You can cut a diamond into all these beautiful facets, 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 facets. Each facet, each cut is going to show you different facets. You're going to get all the pretty, optics out of it, but it's still part of the diamond. That's us. That's life. That's matter. We're all part of the one. Moving from the one to the vibration, the law of vibration. Everything, tangible or intangible, is made up of energy that is vibrating at a specific frequency. Those of us who are magicians, who are spiritual workers, we tap into that because we know it's there. Just because we can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. Prime example, you don't see the radio station, do you? You don't see the radio station. Where, even if it's the hood radio station, the classical music radio station, hip hop, Western, you don't see the radio station, but you can tune into that frequency. You can tune into it. Once you are tuned into it, you can manipulate, listen to, extract what is on that frequency. Okay? On that vibration. Now, you don't like some radio stations. You don't like what some of the frequencies give you. That is okay. Okay? This is why the law of vibration explains why sometimes you meet a person, you may not like them. Their frequency, their vibration is different from yours. They may be on the frequency of degeneracy, and you pick up on that and you just like, I'm gonna stay away from this person. This is why we talk to people, we sense things or whatnot. We sense their frequencies, their vibrations, their energies. So the next time you meet someone and for some reason you don't like them and you choose to stay away from them, not deal with them, don't let anyone tell you that you're wrong. You're not judging them. You and that person probably are not on the same frequency or vibrating the same, and that is okay. That is okay. Okay? That is okay. Now, you can go further into it, deeper into it, zodiac, astrology, and all like that, because all of those are energies and frequencies, right? And sometimes you meet someone and their planets are, detrimental to your planets. That is okay. Okay. But this is why the law of vibration. And again, anyone who knows how to tap into the frequency of things, discerning the energy, right? Working with the energy, the vibrations, knowing what type of vibrations and frequencies and energies are needed for your rituals, for your spells. You know, that's what we do as magicians, as spiritual workers. Okay? All right. Moving right along to the law of correspondence, number 3. Your external reality is a direct reflection of your internal state. Okay? Correspondences, things correspond. Okay? You have to check yourself. You have to check your energies, right? A direct reflection of your internal state. How many times have I said that you can want something all you want. You are just in the state of wanting. But until you change your energetics, until you change your thought processes, right? Because we don't see thought process flying around in the air, right? We don't see words coming out of people's heads flying around in the air. Okay, this is not the show Ghostwriter from PBS back in the day. You don't see thought process floating around in the air. But the things that you think, you make them internal, right? We talked about scarcity yesterday. That scarcity energy, that scarcity frequency. A lot of people who are on that, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay. Think about people who raise their children, right, with empowerment, with good thoughts, things like that, and those who don't. When they keep hearing over and over and over and over and over, you're trash, I hate you, blase, 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 and you internalize it, right? Internal state. This is why some people can't move past that, okay? Because it becomes internal. You have to reprogram. So the universe is going to correspond and give you more of that correspondence. What is your internal state? Okay. What is your internal state? And those who are life coaches, self-improvement, self-help gurus and stuff, when they are, offering their courses, their products and whatnot, this is the area that they are working in, to try and get you as the human, as the person, to change your internal state, right? It's not an outside thing, it's an internal state. Okay. This is also why, like I said, the universe will keep you show what you put out 90% of the time, 95, 90, even 99% of the time is what you view and how you feel about yourself as a person. Okay, energetically. And I know people don't want to hear it. People will not like to hear it. But when we are talking about, you see someone outside walking down the street dressed up, man or woman, a lot of times people recoil, right? And they often ask, why are they so dressed up? That person is showing the world how they feel about themselves, presenting themselves nicely, um, beautified, made themselves handsome, made sure that they were attractive or whatever like that. A lot of times they are just reflecting how they feel about themselves. And we see the conversations all the time. Yeah, people, you can do whatever, but inside that if you could have better, you would do better. But given opportunities to do better, you don't. And I'm not talking about you all, I'm just speaking in general. When others have the opportunity to do better and they do better, and then there's this whole, and people showing their internal state, how they feel about themselves, when other people from the outside see that, it often makes those people who are not doing it uncomfortable. But you need to change your internal state. Okay. The law of correspondence. Okay. The law of correspondence. Hey, Alikia. Is everyone with me? Okay. Hopefully you all are with me, because this stream is for you all. This isn't for me. This is for you all. Okay. So moving right along. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Joanna. The law of attraction. And make no mistake about it, all these universal laws, they're all interacting with each other at some level, kind of like, if you have 12 strings of yarn and you weave them together, they're still individual strings of yarn, but when they're woven together, one is probably interacting with another on some level. Okay, this is the same thing. All these things are true at the same time. Okay, perfect. Law of attraction. It states that which is like unto itself is drawn. Your energy is constantly attracting things that are a vibrational match for it. So number 3 and number 4 go together. If your energy thinks that you don't deserve better, you're going to stay in that same area. You're going to stay in the same place. You are not going to move forward. Okay. And the law of attraction, part of like money, because money is energetic. Money is not a tangible thing. Money is an energy, right? So the law of attraction. So if you just feel like you just can't get any more money, you just feel like you just can't get ahead, you probably won't. This is why number 3 and number 4 go together. You probably won't. You need to change your energetics because that type of energy attracts that type of energy. We all say it, misery loves company. So if misery loves company, what does success like? What does prosperity like? What does happiness like? If misery loves company, then what do the quote unquote good things like? They like the same thing. So a lot of times you have to change your energetic state. And a lot of times that is starting with your thought processes. Because what you think before you do something, right? You think about it first. Before you do something, you think about it. We're not talking about the involuntary processes of your body. Like breathing, blink. We're not talking about that. When you make a decision to, do whatever, you have made that decision. The thought process comes before the action. So check your thoughts. What do you really think about things? What do you really think about yourself? What do you really think about your surroundings? What do you really think about your life? Okay? Because the universe is going, I keep telling people, you have to change things. The universe is going to give you more of what you say that you like. So if you are same thing, I had a client years ago. Her own brother told her that he was praying against her, praying for her downfall, things like that. But she refuses to get this person out of her life. So guess what she's going to get more of? Until she decides to change, guess what she's going to get more of? You're not putting a stop to it. You're not getting rid of him. You're not moving on. You're not leaving your dusty family behind. So this is what you like. If you like it, I love it. Law of attraction. Law of attraction. Okay? Law of attraction. The universe say, you like it, I love it. You have to make that decision to change. Once you are vibrating on a different frequency and you saying, I don't like that, that's when the change is going to come. Okay. And we see it all the time with, some family members that just complain. They don't want to do anything. They don't see a way out. You see the ways out. They're not, what the old folks used to say, when you get tired and you don't want to deal with that no more, that's when something's gonna change. That's what the old folks used to say. That's what my dad used to say. When you get tired, that's when it'll change. So until you get tired and fed up, you're gonna be sitting in that same, because that's what you're attracting. Yep, you like it, I love it. Hey Donna. Hey Mrs. Awesome. Hey, Just Jay. Okay, boom. All right. Number 5, law of inspired action states that inspiration will come about when you are aligned with who you are, an extension of the source. Notice how 3, 4, and 5 are running together. Okay. A rose is only going to beget another rose. It's not going to beget a tulip. If the source, the creator, created you, so what are you? You need to understand that you are a creator. You have that same creative spark to drastically change your surroundings, who you are, have more, like all of that. You are an extension of the source. You have the power. Okay. And a lot of religions, and it just is what it is, a lot of religions stop at number 1, that we come from God, and then that's it. Wanting you to rely on them for salvation. No, you have creative spark too. You have creative spark too. That same spirit, that creation, that power is in you. And that's why religions don't like when you break away from them, because then you realize you are free to create your own life, to curate your own life. Okay? And people who don't like accountability, notice they don't like that either, because then they have to see that they are responsible. This is why on my live stream last week, I was just like, why are y'all calling everything a damn demon? Everything is not a demon. Some people choose to use their creative spark to bring harm to others. Okay? It's not a damn demon. It's not. That's a scapegoat. So people who don't like accountability, oh yeah, number 5, they don't want that. They don't want that. You so silly, Donna. Exactly, Journey. Journey says self-reflection helps too. I think most aren't even aware of what they're attracting. I think a lot of people are aware of what they're attracting, but they don't want to be responsible for their change. They have to change. They have to change. I see a lot of people that want results from work they don't do. You have to do the work. You have to do that inspired action, you have to do the work. Even when we're doing magic, right? We're working on these invisible energies and frequencies. You still have to decide that, okay, I'm going to change some things. I'm going to work my magic. You still got to get up and do your magic spell, your ritual, whether it takes 5 minutes, whether it takes 7 days, whether it takes 30 days. You still have to do the work, even with magic. You still have to do the work. You still have to do the work. You still have to do the work. Okay? The difference between people who don't do magic and people who do magic, magic is your cheat code that helps you get more done quicker or makes things easier for you, right? But even when it comes to that magic, you still got to do that spell. You still got to make time to contact that spirit. You still got to make your moon water. You still got to, fix your candles. You still have to do the work, but it's just the cheat code. Remember, like when we was playing Sega and stuff like that, we had the cheat codes, right? We had the cheat codes for, you get, all this stuff or extra coins or whatever it was. But you still had to play the game. Even with the cheat code, you still had to play the game. The cheat code did not make you beat the game. You still had to play the game. You still have to put in the work. The cheat code just made playing that game a little bit easier. That's what magic is. Hey, Mel. Exactly, growing process. And even if you feel down on yourself, so right, right. That's why notice they say a pity party. Okay. A party is celebrating something. When you sit in that pitiful energy, you got to get out of that. It's easy to sit in that pity energy. It's easy to sit in that. It's easy to sit and cry about what's wrong with things. That's easy. Inspired action is that's where the change gonna happen. Like I said, even with magic, magic is the cheat code, just like playing the Genesis, but you still got to do the work in your life. It's not gonna just fix your life. It's just gonna make life and dealing with things easier. But the energy frequency bands, they're there for everyone. Now, if one chooses not to use them, that's fine. That's their decision. But I like to work smart and not hard. So, okay. All right. Number 6, law of perpetual transmutation of energy. Transmutation, baby. The energy isn't going anywhere. It's just always changing. What is it changing to depends on you. We talked about the pity party. Okay. Be sad for about 5 minutes. Transmute that energy from sad to I need to make some change. Transmute that energy from I'm sad to, you know what? Fuck this. I'm doing better right now. And you can even feel the energetics of what I just said. Sad energy to fuck that. I'm doing it right now. Even the energetics of those two phrases have different vibrations. And I know you all felt it. This is energy transmutation. You can sit in that low vibrational shit, or you can transmute the energy so you can plan and move forward. Donna, you can Google the 12 laws of the universe and it's going to come up. 5 million trillion different posts are going to come up, images, whatnot. They're going to come up. Just Google the 12 laws of the universe. It's not a secret. And that's the thing about this. This is not a secret. This is not some hidden book that was found under a rock in Turkey or what. It's here. The energy and the information is here. Absolutely. You have to transmute the energy. You have to transmute the energy. That's once you transmute it, you have a choice what you transmute it to. Okay. So, like I said, we talk about frequency, we talk about vibrations and things like that. And I'm going to pull up the chart about vibrations and show you all, right? I'm going to pull it up and I'm going to show you all. Okay. But yeah, vibrations, energy, frequency, it's a reason why certain people don't get along, certain people don't ride together. Okay. Degenerates take up for degenerates because they're on the same degenerate frequency. Successful people like being around successful people. When you go out, don't take the broke people with you. You're not on the same energy. You're not. And people who sit in pity, who sit in sadness, who sit in fear, they are low vibrational. It's not just a woo-woo TikTok term, where people just say that's low vibration. It's not just a term, it's a real thing. And I'm going to show you when I pull it up. I'm going to show you. Absolutely, Donna. But taking the act, you're transmuting the energy. Transmute the energy. Transmute the energy for something else. Okay? Constantly evolving, fluctuating. We don't see it, but it's always there. But when you tap into it, you have to decide that you want to change it from one thing to another. We talk about alchemy, right? Alchemy is turning one thing into something else. You're taking them lemonades, you're taking them lemons that were sour, you're making lemonade sweetness, you're transmuting energy, but you have to decide to transmute. No one is going to transmute it for you. Okay. This is why I don't do spell work for people anymore. Why don't you do spell work for people anymore, Q? Because I tell people, if I'm going to do the spell work for you, you have to stop worrying. You have to stop being afraid. You have to stop sitting in your current energy. Okay? All that negativity, all that worry, all that fear is going to interrupt the spell. It's like if you pour cold water into hot water or hot water into cold water. You know, it's it, yeah, it's gonna mix in, it's gonna start killing it. This is why I keep telling you all, don't get to the state of desperation. Once you get desperate, ooh, that energy is so low vibrational because it's desperate. You're gonna pick anything, you're gonna do whatever. Then desperation, because you're desperate, now you're afraid, now you're scared, you know. Transmutation is easy, Donna. All you have to do is think about what you're worried about and then just go from worry and think about your problem or issue being solved. Not how it's going to be solved. Just think about it solved. Like, I'm so glad that's over with. I'm so glad this got fixed. I am much happier now. That's an easy transmutation. Easy transmutation. A lot of people can't do this because they're stuck in certain vibrations. Okay. All right. So, number 7, law of cause and effect. Okay. Now, cause and effect. Every cause, there's an effect. And I just touched on this. In life, our thinking is the cause, and our experiences are the effects of our thinking. Cause and effect. This is where the magical realm is too. This is why people don't think that magic is real, because they're only thinking about locality, right? But we've already established the law of divine oneness. So if everything is an extension of the source and nothing is separate on a spiritual level, then you can do your magic, right, to affect something that's non-local, to affect something outside of you, to affect a person, to affect a situation. Because again, right here with number 1, we already established that everything is connected, that nothing is separate. So if nothing is separate, then why would magic work? But most people are thinking on the physical level of things. No, we're talking about working with and harnessing and manipulating the unseen. Because remember, everything is already connected. Cause and effect. You do your magic spell, you do your working, you do your ritual, something is going to change. You put in an action, inspired action, something is going to change. Doing your working, something is going to change. It's going to change. But notice how it says are the effects of our thinking. So you already got a habit in your mind that you are going to change things. Going back to law of inspired action, going back to law of correspondence, your internal state. And that's why I'm saying all these are like individual woven cords, but they all touch. They're all individual, but they all touch. They all bounce off of each other. Okay. But when you're working magic, that's where you're working at. You're really working in number 7, the cause and effect. You're doing something because you need something to change, right? On my Patreon, right? I talked about that, like the magic processes and stuff like that. You're doing your magic to try to get something to change. You can try everything else physically. It's not working. You need a change. Magic is you're doing something for a reason. This is the effect that you want. So this is why you do the magic. Again, it's a cheat code. Okay? This is also staying within the realm of magic. This is also why a lot of people's magic fail. Because they don't think that they are strong enough. They don't think they are powerful enough. They don't think that they can do it. Um, they're worried. They don't know if it's gonna work. All these different things. There's a lot of reasons why people work fails. A lot of reasons why. Because they're bringing so much into it instead of just knowing that you did the spell, so something is going to come out of it. It's supposed to be like the oven. You set it and forget it. The effect that you want, you do your magic, you set it and you forget it. But because more than likely they waited too long, they're in the spirit of scarcity, they're in the spirit of desperation, despair. Um, now they're at levels of fear. That's why I keep telling you all, do your spiritual maintenance, do your cleansing, then your protection, then your road opener or blockbuster work, so obstacles are out of your way, and then do your money work. When you're keeping things flowing nice and open, you're always getting success, you're always having good luck, things are always going good for you, you're in a happy vibrational energy. Okay? You're not down there in the dumps with the misery that loves company. Okay? This is exactly why I keep telling you all your 4 pillars of spiritual maintenance: cleansing, protection, blockbuster, money work. You are on a happier frequency with your money when you have a lot of it. If you only have $1 to your name, yeah, you're in dire straits. That's the energy you don't want to be in. Hey, Flora, is everyone with me? Because I don't see no hands. Y'all real quiet today in the chat, but that's fine. Most of the time, y'all are going at it. But yeah, this is this is real. Yep, sorry, y'all talk about foe for foe. Right. I like saying that too, but for real. And notice when I'm talking about the 4 pillars of your spiritual maintenance, we're talking about keeping stability in your life. Just like 4 walls, a square is stable, okay? Your 4 legs on that table, it's stable. It has a good foundation. This is why you do your four pillars of spiritual maintenance, okay? This is why. You want to keep your life, yourself, your surroundings as stable as possible, without interruption, without weird shit happening, okay? Hey, Isis. Okay, hey, okay. I just want to make sure y'all are with me. Okay, taking notes is good. Okay, good, good. Thank you, growing process. I just want to make sure because, like I said, normally y'all are wilding out in the chats. Y'all know how the chats go. Hey, Sora, Renaissance woman. Hey, Sora. Okay, moving on to number 8. And I'm glad that Mel is here because I'm going to get into that law of assumption as well, even though we kind of touched on it a little bit, but I'm going to get into that too. Okay, so number 8, the law of compensation states that you reap what you sow. When you give to others, what shall be given to you? What you withhold from others shall be withheld from you. And this is why I'm saying, like, there is spirituality in a lot of the religious books, but religion, as far as being man-made, because you giving up your control, is something completely different. I don't believe in giving up your control if you don't have to, right? But yeah, law of compensation, payback. Some people call it karma. Here's the thing about the law of compensation. Sometimes you are the karma. Sometimes you are the one that has to give the payback. Like I had my little meme on my community wall the other day that karma comes to Pisces for advice. Yeah. You see a lot of people, they're having their downfall moment because they were out here being a terrible person. Baby, 9 times out of 10, I promise you, it's some spiritual worker. It's usually a spiritual worker because every spiritual worker does not out themselves, okay? It's usually a spiritual worker, okay? usually a spiritual worker, sending them energy, right? Their karma. Okay. But yeah, law of compensation, baby. Law of compensation. One should not going around being a dirtbag because believe me, it's gonna be somebody, you know what? They're a real piece of work. I got something for them. And I'm not saying, we're supposed to be out here being the purge with the magic, right? With doing things or whatever. But yeah, like it's okay to be a decent, you should be a good, decent person, not because you fear karma, but because being good and decent, it vibrates at a higher level. You get more done. The energetics are just better up there. Okay. Hey, Joanna. Growing Process says this is a time to listen. Right. But Renaissance woman, even that, how do you know that some spiritual worker ain't said, you know what, this is the last time he doing this bullshit? You don't know. You don't know. It could be a spiritual. I've seen a spiritual worker take down people in government. Okay. I have seen that. I've seen that. So sometimes it is a spiritual worker, but the energetics of things, doing all this trash stuff, now some people do get away with it. I'm pretty sure there are some serial unalivers that probably got away with it. But for the most part, um, don't start none, won't be none, right? It's pretty much the black people way of saying law of compensation. Don't start none, it won't be none. If you don't start it, I won't have to finish it. Okay? Okay. All right, so moving right along, law of relativity. This law states that everything is relative because we all perceive reality in our own way. Boom. This is why some people are okay with living in the energy of degeneracy because degeneracy is fine for them. Degeneracy is fine for them. This is why you have to find your people, you have to find your tribe. Most people who are degenerates, they take up for degenerates, they protect degenerates, they have degenerate mindsets, they're okay with certain things, because that's fine for them. That's fine for them. But that's not fine for you. So, your tribe is not degenerate. Your tribe is, a tribe of good people. You are a good person. You're out here living your life. You want, you're going after success, but this is why. This is why. All perceive reality in our own way. This is also why, I don't know if you've all seen the memes. Is it a 6? To you, it may look like a 6. To the other person, it may look like a 9. Which one is it? Perception is reality for a lot of people. This is why, you'll have debates, you'll have this, that, and the third. Can one really win? The judge may say that this particular debate team won, but the people who lost may say that they won because their perception of reality is completely different. It's relative. A lot of things are relative. Okay? This is why, when I was talking last week, what really is a black magic spell? There is no such thing. It's not the tool being used, it's the person. Okay? The person is a terrible person. But terrible person to us. Because again, like I said, if you need to do magic because you need your loan to go through so you can buy this house, You need them to approve your apartment application so that you can have somewhere to live. Guess what? Someone isn't getting that. If there are 5 other people who have applied for the apartment, they need somewhere to live. You do your magic because you need an apartment because you have a family to take care of. You get the apartment, they don't. You just made one of those people homeless. But you're not homeless anymore. Technically, you brought harm to someone else. Technically, you brought harm to someone else. Because you don't know their conditions. You don't know if they needed this apartment to go through to get out of a shelter. You don't know that. So are you now a black magic magician? Are you? Because you potentially made someone else homeless. This is why, and that's why I keep saying, like, there isn't, it's a tool. You can take your pencil and stab someone in the eye with it. Is your pencil a black pencil? Is your pencil an evil pencil? It's not. Yeah, growing process, someone may need it more than you. But so you know, and you just have to think about things. You just have to think about things. You just have to think about things and just know that, you know, potentially, depending on what you're doing, potentially you're taking away from someone else. What's to say that the other person don't need the job that you're going for more than you do? But you do your magic for this job because of the one that you really want. It's going to help you out. Who's to say that that person didn't need it more? Who's to say? You potentially took money away from them. Again, this is why it's not necessarily black magic. It's people. But again, things are relative. Things are relative. It's relative. You know, it's relative. Something else is always eating something else or doing something else or whatever, you know. It's just the nature of the universe. But it's relative depending on what side you're standing on. You have to decide what's right and moral for yourself. Other people do it too. Now, we do have established laws and things like that, but you know, even some of that don't make it right. You know, we have, you know, everything's put in place here in the country. We get taxed on money that we were already taxed on. That don't make that right either. To the government, it's fine. To us as citizens who are paying these taxes and then get taxed again on money that we've already been taxed on, that's not right when you go into the store. It's relative, depending on who you talk to. Isis says, did we though? Is there more than enough? They could get another place to stay or a job. Yeah, they absolutely could get another place to stay or a job. The question is when. When? Absolutely, they probably could. The question is when. See, what's relative don't always take into consideration timing. And that's the thing. It's timing. Just like when people are just like, you know, ASAP, as soon as possible. As soon as possible for who? For you or for me? That's the thing. It's timing. Timing isn't taken into account. Timing is taken into isn't taken into account. They could get another place to stay. How long is it going to be before that? I mean, you could get another place to stay too. So why don't you wait? You make sure you go ahead and wait. You could wait too. So just as urgent as yours is probably someone else's. Yep, timing. Okay, so moving right along, polarity, right? Everything in life has an opposite. Every problem a solution, for every obstacle an opportunity. We have the polarities, right? And this is why both of these um exist. This is why birds of a feather flock together exist, and this is why opposites attract exist. This is why. Notice both of these, the law of vibration, the law of attractions, the law of attraction, birds of a feather flock together, the law of polarity, opposites attract. Both of these things exist at the same time. Okay. Polarity. And we see polarity everywhere, right? We see the polarity everywhere. A lot of people don't think about it as polarity, and some people get really stuck in certain thought processes, right? But even with the law of polarity, right? We're using that in magic too, right? We're using that in magic too. Um, because we're trying to find solutions to our problems, right? We're trying to find solutions. We're doing what we can work, to find these solutions. But this is also what we do when we're doing reversing work. When we're doing reversing work, return to sender, yeah, that's law of polarity. Boom. This is why, your what you're working with in your spells, this is why it matters. So all these people talking about it doesn't matter, it's just your intent. No, it's more than that. Because certain things just don't go with certain things. Thank you, Growing Process. Yeah, don't forget to like and share the video, everyone. But yeah, polarity. What goes up must come down, in and out, on, off, hot and cold. Like the polarity is all around us. And both, they're answers for life. We just have to look at things that way. We just have to look at it that way. A lot of people don't. But yeah, this is exactly where, like I said, reversing work and return to sender. It's just polarity, just reversing it, just switching things around, and that's okay. When we switch things around, right? It's a solution, right? Reverse that shit back to them. Uno reverse on them, you know. But yeah. But then moving on to the law of rhythm, cycles are a natural part of the universe. And I think that some people don't understand this, right? And I think some people do. Like we all say that, what's old is going to be new again. That's a cycle. That is a cycle. And the spiritual work most aligned with that is astrology. Astrology looks at cycles. Nature and nature-based magic, you look at astrology. Okay? You're looking at astrology, you're doing things as they are supposed to be in the cycles, right? Ladies, we know about this, right? Because cycles happen to us every month. Cycles, things come in cycles. You have to pay attention though to be able to navigate through these cycles. Okay, and again, this is where astrology plays a big part, because if we're looking at recorded human history and applying the astrological cycles, seeing what happened, and then you start seeing repeating patterns, right? The cycles, Well, yeah, you kind of get ahead. So if you're not paying attention, if you're not paying attention to the cycles of things, then that's how you can lose out. But yeah, the cycles are here right in front of us. We know, the planets do their cycles, we do our cycles. We know there are all types of cycles, election cycles, children go to school in the fall, they're out in the summer. The cycles are there. The cycles are cycling. Okay. But your life has seasons too. Cycles are also, beginnings and endings. All of us are going to end our physical cycle here on this planet one day. And that is okay. That is okay. Because we just saw that energy is constantly evolving or fluctuating. And so if we're all part of the source, even though our physical, right, Lion King, circle of life, bodies become the grass and, the deer eat the grass and, like that. But if we're understanding energy it's not destroyed. It's only changed to something else. Okay. But yeah, law of rhythm. Things are cycles. Pay attention. Pay attention to cycles. Pay attention to life around you. Pay attention to all of it. The cycles. Okay. And lastly, the law of gender. Now, I didn't create this law. I did not. Creation um creation is male and female. It just is what it is. Um even when you're looking at um the four letters of the tetragrammaton, right? The yod he vav he. Yeah. One of those is male and one of those is female. So, God is, all this God as a male and things like that. No, 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 no. Creation is male and female. Creation is. You can't get one without the other. Creation, right, is male and female. Hey, humble hummingbird. How you doing, girl? I don't know if Starry Eyed is still here. Starry Eyed, can you oh no, my Cash App is going across the bottom of the screen. Yeah, it's going across the bottom of the screen. But yeah, I didn't, so when we're having this conversation about, and it's politically, some of it is political, but creation creation is male and female. It just is what it is. But notice it says when your divine masculine and divine feminine energies are in alignment. This is why all these crazy bonobos out here, they hate men or men who hate women and, y'all are out of divine alignment. Okay? Because the divine feminine does not hate the divine masculine. The divine masculine does not hate the divine feminine. Okay? We are both here, right? We coexist. Now, how you coexist, but all this, we just gonna get rid of men, we just gonna get rid of women, we gonna purge them up. Y'all are crazy. The universe doesn't work like that. Okay? It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Oh, I miss you too, humble. But yeah, it doesn't work like that. But the energies have to be in agreement, right? They have to be in agreement. This is balance, right? Balance and harmony. Okay? And I know a lot of us have seen that, the whole yin and yang symbol. They are two halves of the same. You have to be in balance, you have to be in harmony. That's the only way, you're going to work together, you're going to get things done. The only way you're going to be stable, right? It's the only way. So, people who are out here and no one wants to hear it. And I'm not going to say too much, but something is wrong if one is believing that one is something else. Something is wrong, and there should be some type of evaluation, um, because it just doesn't do that. The energetics of life doesn't do that. It's no mistake that you were born as what you were born as. It's not a mistake. It's not a mistake. Um, it's not a mistake. So, because that's what the universe is. It's creation, it's endings. It's up, it's down. The polarity. That's just what it is. That's just what the universe is. That's just what the universe is. Okay. So yeah, these were the 12 laws, right? The laws of the universe, right? And again, you can Google this. They're gonna come up. 5 million trillion different posts and pretty, pictures to go along with it. But these are the laws of the universe, and all of them exist at the same time, right? You can tap into any one of them at the same time. And those of us who are magicians, who are spiritual workers, we tap into all of this at the same time because we know all of this. We know all of this. The thing about it is that a lot of other people don't, because we don't see this energy, because we don't see frequency, right? We don't see it. Because we don't see it with our five senses, it's not there. But those of you, like I said, you have your sixth sense, you have your intuition, right? And again, going back to the law of vibration, number 2, and I really want to touch on this one again, like I said, when you meet someone and they kind of rub you the wrong way and you don't know why, their vibration, their frequency is different than yours. You're picking up on that. It's not that you hate the person. It's not that you want them kicked out. If you meet someone for the first time and you don't like them, there's something off about them, your energies just don't match, and that is okay. Energies just don't match. This is also why, sometimes relationships end. Sometimes friendships end, right? When the frequencies and the vibrations between the people are different, right? They're not aligned anymore. Whatever it was that was, kind of keeping them together or whatever like that, whatever brought them together, it's not the same anymore. And that is okay. Because again, going back to the law of rhythm, cycles, there's a beginning and an end for everything. Okay? Beginning and an end for everything. Cycles. Okay? So changes, frequency, all this different stuff, So, let me pull this up. Because, well, not even pull it up. Just to talk about it real quick, because Mel, and I don't know if he's still here or not, he was asking me about the law of assumption. And the law of assumption states that if you believe already that you have something, you will have it. But I think that the law of assumption kind of falls into the 12 laws of the universe, right? Because especially with the law of attraction, that which is like unto itself is drawn. So if you already believe you have something, you're already on that level, right? So you're going to vibrate that, right? Law of assumption. And we hear it all the time. When people fake it till they make it, you hear fake it till you make it. That's the law of assumption, baby. Some people can deal with that. Some people can't. And some people can deal with that. Some people can't. The fake it till you make it, that you already have that gets a lot of people ahead. I remember hearing something, what was I listening to? I was listening to this podcast the other day. Was it the other day? No, I was listening to this podcast Saturday, right? Somebody had wore a suit and went to like the casino and went up to, the little area in the casino where you can get your money that you won, and told the person working there, "Hey, I'm the owner of the casino. I need for you to take out this amount of money for me." She ain't checked no credentials because he was faking it, right? He was in that energy, right? He just walked up, boom, got the money and left. That whole fake it till you make the law of assumption. Yeah, I do believe that, because when you are already vibrating on that energy. And since you're already vibrating on that energy, right? Your energy and who you are as a person is already open to receive what you want. Okay? This is why we have to make sure that we are checking our thoughts and checking what we are attracting, right? If you believe that, you have this, and I'm talking about, just generally, just taking it for what it is, you are already at that level. You're already open to it. You're already open to what it's going to take to deal with that, right? So but you have to believe, and this is why I was saying yesterday, like, you have to believe that you deserve goodness, you deserve prosperity, you deserve such and such. You do not deserve certain types of treatment, baby, because people who believe that, who know that, they don't deal with that. They don't deal with that. And yes, certain things are beneath them, and that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, growing process said I had to tell a person that I befriended. I simply told her that her energy was off and that I can't be around her or talk to her again. Yeah, that's why. Her energy is off. That's fine. If you don't like it, if it's rubbing you the wrong way, that's fine. You told her you can't be around her or talk to her again because her energy ain't right. When they tell you like, oh, you're supposed to, when it comes time for like the holidays and that one family member come over that you just can't stand their ass, and people tell you, oh, you got to be around them because they family. No, the hell you don't. No, you don't. There was a family member that used to go over to my mom's house. If I went to my mom's house and that family member was there, I was walking right out the door. Mom, I will see you later. I'll call you later. I'm not going to be in there with this damn person. And I can't stand them because their energy ain't right. I have an uncle right now. He ain't right. He ain't right. And remember what I said about a goat does not beget a zebra? Well, baby, these people out here, sometimes they transfer their energy to their kids. That uncle and those cousins of mine that come from him, I can't stand them neither. They all got the same damn vibrating energy. They're all degenerates. Okay? They're all degenerates. But um, they grandfather ain't mine. So I know where it come from. It come from they grandfather. It wasn't my grandfather. My grandmother married their grandfather after she was married to my grandfather. So it ain't mine. Okay, it's not mine. I know exactly where that degenerate energy comes from, right? And if you've ever played Assassin's Creed and understand, pulling all that energy like from your ancestors and stuff like that, or like wondering like how birds know where to go even though they never been there, how salmon know how to go back to the stream where they were spawned at. Yeah, all of that Assassin's Creed, like all that, that's a very real thing too. It's a very real thing too. So if you don't like somebody's degenerate energy or they rubbing you the wrong way, that's fine. You just not on the same frequency, and that's okay. And that's okay. That's okay. So don't let society tell you got to be around these people. You got to deal with these damn people, especially family members, because they on a different they on a low vibrating ass frequency and you ain't on that shit. No, no, I ain't dealing with that, and you don't have to deal with that either. So yeah, Thank you, Flora. Shout out to Flora for the Cash App. I appreciate you. I really do. Um, I appreciate you. I do for the Cash App. So thank you for that. Thank you for that. Yeah. But yeah, baby. So these are the 12 laws of the universe. All of them exist at the same time. They're all interwoven, and especially like I said, as a spiritual worker, as a magician, whatever you want to call yourself, witch, whatever, you're more than likely going to tap into these as you're doing what you do because you realize the one thing that's most important, which is the law of oneness and being able to affect things, without depending on non-locality. Oh, girl, yeah. No, don't. Yeah, I'm sorry this happened to you. Um, and this is what I'm saying. Birds of a feather flock together. The law of attraction. Degenerates take up for degenerates. Good, happy, successful people want to be around good, happy, successful people. I don't deal in no pity party stuff. I don't deal in no woe is me, or I don't deal in no, oh, I can't do that because I can't talk to you. Because I don't operate in that energy. You go be miserable and have your pity party by yourself. 222, baby. 222, baby. I see you, sorry eye. Yeah. So I hope that this was interesting. I hope that this was informative. Oh, thank you. Someone sent me a PayPal. Thank you so much for the PayPal. Thank you so much. I appreciate the PayPal. I appreciate that. Yeah, I hope this information was informative. I hope that it helped explain some things and how, these universal laws, how they're interwoven with what we call the woo-woo, the magic. But all of this is very, very real. It's very, very real. And again, we have to make sure that we are taking accountability for ourselves, our thought processes, because a lot of thought processes is it's another form of energy, right? It's another form of energy. How do we know it's another form of energy? What is a computer? A computer computes. Okay? It's like a calculator. The invisible stuff that your brain is doing, yeah, a computer computes. The word processing power, the power of your hard drives, the power of your the microchips, computing, brain power. It's the same thing. It's energy, right? Your laptops, your whatever needs the energy. It's energy, right? It's energy, right? So don't think that your thoughts don't have any weight or bearing on your life. Don't think that at all. If you think that, you're wrong. Because again, this is where a lot of things is going to begin. It's really going to shape your life. Again, like I said, if you got someone walking around and this is what they think they are, like you ever see people who are just like, damn, they're so confident. Well, they out here strutting around like they are. And obviously, if you see it, well, you see what they think. You see what they think about themselves. You see what you think about themselves. Okay? So, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Toxic energy, you can't be around it. But just notice the stuff that you like to do, stuff you don't like to do. Just notice. Just notice people who do, things that you consider are degenerate. They often take up for each other. And again, it's not degenerate to them because law of relativity. You know. So yeah. This is why in some places, the laws on the book still say that, you know, young children age 12 and 13 can get married. To us, that's pedophilia. Child grape. But to the degenerates, it's fine, right? We perceive them as degenerates. They don't see themselves as that. So yeah, all of these laws coexist and they are interacting with humanity and the fabric of the universe at the same time. Absolutely. 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 So, yeah, yeah. But yeah, you said you needed this. Well, I'm glad you were here. And yeah. So I hope this was informative. I hope that this explains some things. I hope this helped to bring you to think about things a little bit differently and just know that inner energy is real. Energy is real. Okay? It's just like, you can be sleeping and feel someone standing near you when you're sleeping or something like you can feel, that's why we all say, hey, give me 3 feet. When you're in the grocery store and you don't want nobody standing all up close to you. You don't want their energy rubbing all up on your energy, right? Why do we say that? The energy field is real, okay? The energy field is real. Give me 3 feet. And your personal bubble extends out, probably about 2 or 3 feet in all directions. So again, this is why, you don't like people all up on you. You don't know, I don't know you why you standing all up on me. It's a physical safety, but you don't like I don't know you why your energy all up on mine. Keep your energy over there. So yeah, absolutely. Protecting my energy with my boundaries. Yep. I've been treating myself like I deserve to. Uh-huh. Exactly. Because I know certain things are beneath me, honey. I know certain things are beneath me. So, because I know I deserve better. I know I deserve goodness. I deserve the nice things, luxurious things, safety, happiness, um, abundant. I know I deserve all of that. And I sure act like it. I mean, I'm not a jerk about it, but see, it's good to be with people who feel the same way you do. My husband is the same way. We turn our noses down at certain things. Like, this is terrible. Like, we'll never do this again. But you. This is why you have to find your people. You have to find your tribe. Okay. So yeah. Period. Boo. Period. So yeah, I'm going to get off of here. It's 11:30 my time. I'm feeling guilty about my croissant right now, and I know I shouldn't, but I just did 2 miles this morning. I'm probably gonna do another workout. I normally do 3 miles, so technically I'm behind a mile. But I'm gonna go ahead and go. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your Wednesday. And make sure that you are out here, changing your thought process, being inspired to take actions to bring you change, to bring you goodness, to bring you wholesomeness, to bring you prosperity, abundance, safety, security, happiness, joy, love, all those things. Okay. All those things. Okay. I want that for you all, but I can't want it more than you all want it. You can't just want it either. You're going to have to still do your work physically and spiritually for that. Okay? So I love you all. I'm going to go. Have a great rest of your Wednesday, and I'll see you around these YouTube streets.